Hi, welcome back to my High Plains life. This is episode 12 and it is October 29th, almost Halloween. I can be found as Danny Girl CO on Ravelry and Instagram. And the show notes for this podcast can be found at www.myhighplainslife.blogspot.com. So welcome back. I'm really excited. We have some repeat watchers, a small but steady crowd, so I'm excited. It's been brought up that we do a virtual knit night, and I think that's a great idea. I think Thursday or Friday nights would be better for me to do it. I am unable to get anything started until the week after next because I have some exciting news to tell you. So it might be slow getting started, but I think it's a great idea, and I am really looking forward to getting to meet some of you guys virtually, of course. And also, there's always the chat room available on Ravelry in our group if anybody is ever on at the same time as I am. I think you can tell when I'm online. I have it checked. So if you're online and you see that I'm online, drop me a note. And not sure how and what time is better for everybody. Obviously, I'm on Mountain Daylight Time, but after Sunday it'll be Mountain Standard Time. Yay, back to regular. I hate Daylight Savings Time. Who else can give me a hell yeah? Daylight Savings Time made sense when we were an agricultural society. No sense now. So my lights are on less at night and on more in the morning. Electricity is electricity. Sorry. Thanks for letting me rant. Totally off topic. Okay, virtual knit night. More details will be in the thread in the Ravelry group sorry, that's my dog. When it gets closer in the next 2 weeks with more details about how we're going to do that. Seriously consider joining us. I think it would be great. Let me know what day and time works better for you. Maybe we can do a Thursday night football knit night thing, or maybe we can just do Friday night. And obviously I'm on leave from work, so let me know what time works better for you guys. Okay, on the needles. I have one FO. It is my Bronco Barley Hat by Tin Can Knits, and I think I've got this for my father-in-law. The Barley Hat is a classic, awesome free pattern. It's got this texture panel here, garter stitch texture panel, and the rest is stockinette. It kind of gets lost in the variegated yarn, but I think it works really good. Oh, I froze up. Covered my ears. I think it's going to be a present for my father-in-law if it fits him, because it's not intended to be this slouchy on him. So, and he has a bigger head than me, so it should fit. If it doesn't, I'll just make another one. I whipped this out. It took me a week because I had to rip it out 3 times. It's sport weight yarn, but it's more like fingering, and I had to adjust my needle size. So, there's my Barley Hat, if you can see. Woo! Okay, and I've started another hat. This time it is the swirl hat, and this is by Mandy Harrington. It's also another free pattern. I've got, again, it's in my Bronco variegated yarn. Oh, this is Mountain Magic High by Lorna's Laces, and it's dyed exclusively for the You and Me, a yarn boutique in Colorado Springs. So if you're interested, you can contact them online, and I know they have some. So yay, I've got my ribbing band done, and that's it. Then on to this swirl pattern, which is a little more feminine, so I'm hoping my mother-in-law likes it. And these will be early Christmas presents. They are doing some dog sitting for us, and I always feel bad because that's a lot of work. And my dog wakes you up at like 5 in the morning to be let out. So I always feel bad, especially when it's for an extended time period. So these are supposed to be thank you / early Christmas gifts. They can be worn during football season, so yay. Okay, so on the needles, I have finished object, a whip. I still have my Atlantic current socks going. I'm slogging through, slow but steady, just a couple rounds here, a couple rounds there, and I still have my prayer shawl being worked on. Also, those are the only things that I've really touched in the last week. I've really been concentrating on these hats, getting the hats done. So that is on the needles. Ooh, regarding new acquisitions, I have something exciting to show you. I broke down and did it! I got a sock ruler! The sock ruler! Oh, can you read it? It's awesome! I'm using it already. Oh, it kind of washes out. This light is... I love it. It was $10, but I think it's totally worth it. I've already used it. It can be used for toe up, or cuff down socks. It measures length of your cuff, the length of your heel flap, the length of your foot before you've reached, so you know when to start your heel turn. It gives you, ideas of how it can be used, and it's awesome. And it's this plastic, so it's not going to rip or tear. It'll hold up. Very excited. Yay. And because I was doing these hats, I have size 5 and size 3 circs, but I didn't have size 5. That's what I did the barley hat on. DPNs. So I got myself some Addy flip sticks. They're multicolored, size 5 DPNs, so I could finish off the decreases and for the crown of my hat. And they were very lightweight. They're lighter weight than the carbons, which is why I got them. They also have no joins in them, so I thought they would work better without any hitches. And they did. The only thing is they never really warmed up in my hands. They stayed cold. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about or not, but I love the way wooden needles like bamboo or rosewood warm up in your hands. To me, that's a more enjoyable knitting experience than having cold needles in your hands. And usually, like my Addy circs and stuff, they warm up after I've been knitting on them for a while. But these DPNs, they just stayed cool. So take it or leave it. It's a matter of preference. But those were my acquisitions for this last week. So I have been stocking some patterns. In addition to the barley hat by Tin Can Knits and the swirl hat, I have just been in the mood for hats, and I think that is because fall is here. And believe it or not, I have never knit a hat before, and this barley hat was my very first hat that I've ever knit. I know, you say what? It's one of the simplest things you can make. Quick, easy project. I just went straight to socks, even though it'd take forever. So I'm really enjoying knitting these hats because they are quick, relatively, and they're fun. So in addition to those, the honeysuckle hat has caught my eye. It has a brim and some beautiful cable texture pattern around the crown. In addition to that, the beeswax hat has caught my eye, and that has kind of a twisted cable pattern trying to represent honeycomb, the hexagons, and that's really cool. Also, the bunny tail trusses, just because it has that big pom-pom that looks like a big soft bunny tail. So those are some of the hats that I've been looking at and have favorited or queued in the last couple weeks. So maybe you'll find one of them interesting and will decide to knit along with me. Under the needle, I do have an FO. It's called Grandma's Choice. Grandma's Choice. It's quilt block. It's the third quilt block in my mystery quilt along at Ruth's Stitchery. And I had a lot of fun doing this one. There were a lot of half square triangles. This is hard to make centered. And a lot of squaring up on those half square triangles on the biases. So it took a little longer than the previous ones, but I still enjoyed it, and there were some new fabrics in it, so yay. I have the material for block number 4, but the instructions are missing a page, so I'm going to have to stop at the shop and pick them up so that I can finish block number 4. I forgot to mention that as far as spinning goes, I've continued spinning what I believe to be the Cormo, and I've got one bobbin full and a whole bag still of fiber left. So there will probably be 4, 5 bobbins of this fiber at least. Excuse me. 4 or 5 bobbins, maybe more. I don't know, but I got one down, so progress. Off topic. I am recording this podcast a week early because I have exciting news. I will not be in town next week. I will be on the road traveling to see my sister and her family so that I can take my nieces trick-or-treating. Yay! I'm all excited about that. My sister's insisting we dress up. Star Wars theme. I just want you to know that geekiness runs in the family. Yes. So, my oldest niece isn't quite 4 years old yet. And when my sister asked her what she wanted to be for Halloween, she said, Princess Amidala. So, because they'd been watching Star Trek. They'd been watching Star Wars. So, way to pass it on. Yes, the geekiness gets passed on to another generation. So, going with that theme, we're all supposed to dress like Star Wars characters. And I have nothing. I have nothing for my husband. We're going to be the ones behind the camera taking pictures of everybody else. That's my plan. But I'm really excited to get to be there and share Halloween with my nieces. So that's why we'll be out of town for a week, and my in-laws are dog sitting for us, and I won't have a chance next week to record a podcast. So I know this episode will be short, but I wanted to put something up there without too much time elapsing. And hopefully I'll have several more FOs next time we talk. My socks have to get finished sometime, folks. Yay. Let's see what I'm watching. I have recently started watching the Junk Yarn podcast with Kemper, and she is so cute and funny, and I think she's in the 20s or 30s episodes wise, and I've been watching the backlog trying to catch up, so I'm only on like episode 10, but I'm really enjoying it, and she's got a fun style about her. So I recommend, if you're looking for a new podcast, check out Kemper with the Junk Yarn podcast. It's really enjoyable. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them in our Ravelry group, which is under my High Plains Life podcast. And the dog, someone's at the door. Show notes can be found at www.myhighplainslife.blogspot.com. I can be found as Danny Girl Colorado on Ravelry and Instagram. And I hope you have a good week and happy Halloween. Bye.